Hi, I'm Paul Gattani. This video presentation will provide an overview of the Attestation Toolkit, what it is, and what it can do for you. While this presentation is based on version 4.2, the information is generally applicable to all versions of the toolkit. In this presentation, we'll discuss an overview of the Attestation Toolkit, what it is and what it's for, how it's used, how to install, and how to configure it. The Attestation Toolkit was initially designed and developed to assist employers in complying with local, state, and federal laws. However, it's evolved over several releases to provide a framework that allows employees and managers to engage in conversation. This dialogue is recorded and available in a number of different reports. Employees are asked to respond to questions or exceptions based on certain conditions, and a manager is notified of the employee's responses. Managers can then record their responses, and all of this information is available in detail and summary audit reports. For example, we may ask an employee when they punch out at the end of the day if they took an uninterrupted meal break during their shift. The manager is notified of the employee's response, takes the appropriate action, which may involve simply canceling the deduction or actually transferring the employee to a new work rule. That can be configured within the timestamp functionality itself. All of these interactions are then available in detailed and summary reports. The Attestation Toolkit is comprised of many different modules. The My Timestamp module provides configurable punching functionality for employees. Again, we can ask questions based on certain conditions, such as, did you take an uninterrupted meal break if their shift was longer than 6 hours? We may want to ask if they donned their safety equipment or sustained an on-the-job injury. Additionally, we provide functionality to conditionally ask questions or restrict punching. We can redirect an employee to daily or period time review if there's unapproved time. We can configure the system to cancel deductions, change work rules, or add pay codes. And we can require manager approval or response. In regard to punches, we can configure an in-punch that will verify whether or not the employee has spent enough time on his unpaid break and advise them that they are returning too early and are unable to return from lunch. And you can see that interaction here. The Attestation Toolkit also provides advanced approval, daily or pay period based. With this advanced approval, employees can actually reject a period or a day and provide a reason and optional note. These rejections are routed to a manager, and the manager can respond taking the appropriate action. We can actually configure actions to occur on previous pay periods. We can configure the text that will display to each group of employees. And while performing their daily time review, employees can also submit requests for missing punches. After an employee has submitted a missed punch request, that request is routed to the manager, who can access that through any platform, mobile, InTouch, tablet, or PC, and respond appropriately. The approval of missed punches is accomplished through the MyApprovals workspace. Employee exceptions that can be routed to managers for approval include missed breaks, missed punches, periods or days that have been rejected, your standard timecard exceptions, and other information such as whether the employee was injured, was the employee engaged. We may wish to ask if the employee wants to rate their shift. They may be presented with an annual policy statement on safety or asked to waive particular rights or benefits. MyApproval allows configuration for flexible actions. A manager can approve or respond to an employee's request. These responses can be ad hoc or predefined. We have the option when configuring the transaction in MyTimestamp to hold that transaction until the manager has approved it or put it right into the time card. We can configure what information we want the manager to see, and these approvals can be accessed from a Genie, InTouch, mobile, or tablet device. I mentioned there are several components to the Attestation Toolkit. They consist of the Timecard confirmation tool, which provides an additional pop-up containing affirmation text about the data in the timecard. MyTimestamp, which provides the configurable punch functionality for employees. Time Review, which provides daily or pay period based review. In the daily time review, employees can submit missed punch corrections. The MyApprovals framework, which allows managers to review punch edits, employee responses, and requests and respond appropriately. A robust set of detail and summary audit reports, and the ability to print from SmartViews. Here we see the Timecard confirmation tool, which provides the additional approval statement when an employee clicks on Approve in their timecard. MyTimestamp provides configurable punch button options for employee interaction and is available in SmartViews, mobile, tablet, and quick timestamp mode. Here we see an example of some of the possible configurations from MyTimestamp. We can ask an employee whether they took an uninterrupted meal break during their shift, or whether or not they sustained an on-the-job injury. MyTimestamp functionality is assigned to employees through profiles, so we can configure different questions for different employee groups. Time Review provides employees with the ability to review pay period or daily information and not only approve, but also reject that information. Daily Time Review provides employees with the ability to fix missing punches and is the replacement to what was called end-of-shift functionality in earlier versions of the toolkit. Here we see the interaction for correcting a missed punch. In Daily Approvals, when an employee sees a missed punch and clicks on the cell that contains the missed punch, a button will appear that allows them to fix that missing punch. That missed punch request is then routed to the employee's manager, who can take appropriate action. There are a number of reports that are available in the toolkit. As the toolkit evolves, we enhance or add reports. So be sure to check with your product documentation on which reports are available in your particular version of the toolkit. This is an example of the MyTimestamp summary report, and you can see we provide information about what question was asked, the answer that was given, and what % of employees provided that answer. We also have a detail report that provides more detailed information about the transactions. Here we see screenshots of the MyApprovals summary and detail reports. Another module in the toolkit is SmartView Printing, which provides the ability to send a receipt for print jobs to a configured printer. And we now support Google Cloud Printing. This table shows the availability of the various components of the toolkit. Notice that the only standalone component is the Timecard confirmation tool. All other components of the toolkit require that the entire toolkit be installed. This completes this module of the Attestation Toolkit overview.